Scottish football is in dark places, but Aberdeen tonight offered a shining light, although it wasn't really a lighthouse, it was more like a broken torch with some Tesco Energy Life batteries. Welcome back, guys, to Hjk Football. The batteries have run out for Rangers, but they remain just about on for Aberdeen. They got a point in the Europa Conference League game against Helsinki. It probably should have been a win for Aberdeen. They maybe done enough to win the game, but they didn't. And again, that will always be Scottish teams' problems in Europe. They just can't seem to win the games they deserve to win.
Nope, they cannot. For me, Aberdeen will feel hard done, but I think they did deserve to win. I think two out of the three teams this week did deserve to win, and none of them won. So, 2-2-1 defeats, and this could have very easily been 1-0 Helsinki, but a bit of poor defending from them sorted Aberdeen out. But let's be real, we always big up Hjk and Hjk. I think they've missed quite a lot of opportunities tonight.
They have. Hjk had the biggest miss of them all. He's one-on-one, and he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. No excuse for it. It's a good chance. He must score. Any striker, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, should be scoring. Yeah, I don't care who you are, you should score it. I don't care who you are, what level you're at.
But no, the thing is,
if you're one-on-one with a goalkeeper, you should be saving it.
They've got good movement.
You should be scoring it.
They've got good movement, these two. Like, the finishing is poor sometimes. I think Majowski's a much better finisher than Hjk. But these two are better than Dessers every day of the week. They're 10 million times the player of Dessers.
Dessers and Lammers or Hjk and Majowski up front?
Hjk and Majowski every day of the week.
Every day of the week. Apart from Thursdays.
Majowski scored more goals in this game than Lammers has scored in his fucking career.
One. Anyway, Helsinki, the first half was crazy. It was 0-0 at the break, so in terms of score lines, it was relatively tame. But we had about 14 minutes injury time played in the first half. I don't think I've ever seen that long.
That's quite long.
It was insane. We Hjk injured for about 5 minutes. Then we had Graham Shinnie down for about 10 minutes. There was a lot of injuries in the first half. Should Helsinki have been down to 10 men? Possibly. There was an elbow thrown in Hjk's direction.
I think
what goes against Hjk is, although, to be fair, do these European refs know that he's a cheat? Do they know his reputation? Probably not. So I don't think we can really use that excuse here. I mean, there is times where I believe he might not get decisions in the league because he goes down too easily. But I don't think him being known for diving domestically is going to prevent Helsinki from getting a man sent off here. I just think VAR looked at it and they deemed it wasn't enough contact.
Yeah, and I think Stephen Kraken on commentary is on crack, man. He's making it that the Helsinki guys murdered him here.
No, I mean, he hasn't murdered. It was probably similar to what happened the other night there with Rio Hattati.
Yeah, like he's making it. He's leaned in and elbowed him. Like the guy is like going in for like shoulder to shoulder.
It's one of those ones where it's impossible to tell whether the intent's there or not.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's one of those ones where if it looks bad, so therefore if they give a red card, there's no complaints. But at the same time, it's like if they don't give a red card, I just don't think there's enough there to go, no, that's 100% a red card. It's just one of those things. The guy's came in, he's caught him. Is it accidental? Is it on purpose? We don't know.
And he's caught him, but there's not much in it. It's not like we'll never know, but he's fucking laid one on him like a Brock Lesnar elbow.
And to be fair, there wasn't that much in it. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if there was intent, well, what he intended to do wasn't really fucking serious, was it?
But Hjk did sell it for about 5 minutes, so
he does like a wee roll.
I like a rolling square sausage, does me. But anyway, it was 0-0 at the break. We get into the second half, and Helsinki get the goal. Was it against the run of play? I don't think so. I think Aberdeen were poor to start the second half. I thought Aberdeen didn't start the second half well.
It was a tale of two Bojans, wasn't it?
A tale of two Bojans, indeed. Aberdeen then fell behind, but then I don't know what happened, but Aberdeen going behind just sparked something in the team. And it's not the first time we've seen this for Aberdeen in Europe. It was very similar to the game they had against... Who was the team they played at Pittodrie? They lost to 3-1.
What's that team? Swedish team, Häcken.
Häcken. I thought it was a little bit similar to that, whereas like as soon as Aberdeen went behind that Häcken game,
they were unplayable.
Yeah, they were
without scoring.
Aye, and that was kind of similar tonight. They did get one goal, but is one goal enough? I'm not too sure. Although, I mean, you could argue the game against Frankfurt is not drop points because nobody expects Aberdeen to get any points against Frankfurt. But they were probably expected, if they want to go through, they probably need it to get, I'd say, minimum a draw tonight. But obviously a win would have been much better. But then you factor in the fact that PAC beat Frankfurt. I believe they beat them.
I believe it was.
I think it was 2-1.
It ended 2-1.
So you factor in that PAC have beat Frankfurt.
It did, 2-1.
If Frankfurt beats PAC, this draw is not a bad result in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not a disaster.
No, it's not.
But it almost feels like a disaster now.
Well, I would say so. I mean, I think Aberdeen have shown enough that they can get a result against Frankfurt at home.
I mean, they have, but let's be honest, you don't want your qualification hopes relying on getting
but I think,
a result.
I think if you offered Aberdeen right now going into that final game at Pittodrie against Frankfurt, they just need like a draw to go through. I think they'll fucking bite your hand off.
Well, we'll see if they get that. They got a draw tonight though. Bojan Miovski capitalised on a mistake for Helsinki, and it took a mistake for actually Aberdeen to score because Aberdeen were creating the chances on their own, but for some reason they just could not score.
I thought their goalie Helsinki had a good game.
Yeah, he did. Aberdeen were creating, getting shots off, but just couldn't hit the back of the net. Bojan Miovski took his header pretty well, although it was poor for the Helsinki defender. He tried to clear it and he ended up heading it straight into the path of Miovski. And then like straight away, like a minute later, Duke is played through. I think it's Shinnie with a long ball to Duke. And Duke's one-on-one. And he just hits it straight at the goalkeeper's face, and the goalkeeper manages to tip it over the bar for a corner. Should have done a lot better than that. I mean, you've got a massive net to aim for, and he's hitting it straight down the middle of the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
it's very poor.
Yeah,
it is. Kyogo got lucky the other night. He hit it at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper dove it the way. Duke didn't really get lucky tonight. He hit it at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper decided to make a save. But moments like that, we're talking be a bit more clinical. And these are two guys that last year got over, I think, 20 goals each between them.
Yeah.
And, well, not between them, 20 goals each, so...
Yeah, so 40 between them.
40 between them, but tonight, I mean, they had multiple chances, but could only get the one goal, so... It's not good. It's 2 points dropped, it is what it is. It was a good performance, I think, for Aberdeen with half an hour to go. As soon as they went behind, they really took over the game and dominated. I think they've done enough on the night to win, but they only scored one goal. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Up next, they have PAC. It's going to be home and away. Obviously, we have a little bit of history with PAC in Scottish football because they defeated Hearts in the playoffs, and in the second game, they defeated Hearts pretty soundly. I don't know if that bodes well for Aberdeen or not.
I have more faith in Aberdeen.
We'll see what Aberdeen can do against them. But going into that game against PAC, going into that double header, Aberdeen need at least 3 points for that.
They do.
They need to be getting a win. Ideally, you'd want like a win and a draw. Well, obviously, you'd want 2 wins, but we've got to be realistic here. That's probably not going to happen. But Aberdeen have to win the Pittodrie.
Let's be real. Like, at Tynecastle, Hearts should have won. When 1-0 up, then I conceded it straight away. Disaster. And then the other goal they conceded was like a wonder goal, wasn't it? So,
aye. So anyway, guys, that's it. Look, Aberdeen got a point.
The coefficient is back.
I wouldn't quite go that far, but here, point for Aberdeen should have been more.
We are one more win and one more draw away from matching last season.
Well, when you put it like that, it looks pretty good. But no, I think 2 more wins.
2?
Aye. Rangers got one, didn't they, against Betis?
Aye.
Sorry, the Rangers that pish, I forgot they got a win. Anyway, that's it, guys. Aberdeen, had they won, it would have been looking a lot better for them. But I think at least they didn't get beat. Had Aberdeen lost tonight, I don't think you would have given them a chance of going through.
No, they had to get something.
Getting a point on the board will give them. It gives you somewhere to start.
It's good to see Pittodrie a wee bit full.
You can build on a point. I mean, you can't build on nothing. So
exactly, you can build on it. Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, it was built
across some time.
Anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.